Hello everyone, James here again. I'm just off to the gym and I thought I'd shoot you a video. I've got a live stream later on at Ola Prime, but I want to quick sort of update you before I go to the gym. So here we go. You know, the thing about getting these videos out is actually the editing, uploading and chopping around and that sort of thing. It takes a lot of time. It's always tempting just to drop these videos into YouTube without fun and fanfare and just drop them in with, no beautification. So I'm just going to go through all the charts very quickly. This is literally a 5-minute video and tell you my positions. I think you might know if you followed me in the live stream yesterday. I think you'll have a good idea of what my trades are, so you can go and check that out if you haven't seen it. So I added fresh longs to Ethereum, Bitcoin and XRP during this last couple of days on these dips. So my belief is generally, and we'll look at the Bitcoin chart, that these are moving up. And we now need to get to the top of the bull flag here on Bitcoin and break through the 20-period moving average through the flag top in order to get going. My targets are up here at 130, somewhere around there, variously. And then also, along with JP Morgan and Morgan Stanley, I have another higher target for the next, 4 to 6 to 8 weeks at about 160,000. So that's Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin gets moving and closes above the channel or flag and the 20-period moving average, that will drag Ethereum and XRP and many of the altcoins up too. I've now just reversed direction to long on gold. As I've done that, it's dripping down. We got long at 3375. We're at 3370 now. And it's purely based on this inner ascending triangle, which we broke above and closed above for the first time yesterday since that last attempt. I'm hoping we'll hold the triangle bottom and the 20 and the 50 period moving averages here, break up through the top, and then get onto the higher path. Targets are potentially all the way up here at about 3,760, and that would form path A, and we may eventually get that. We've been looking for paths B and C. We tried, but we haven't sort of quite managed to do that. So we're still really in limbo right now on gold, but in lieu of that, I also have a long on silver, and that's going really, really well. There's my recent long position on silver. We've taken profit on the previous positions, and we're looking for this to move higher. And targets for silver at about $41 and then 43. So that's metals. Swinging back to stocks, as you know, we got long on the NASDAQ and the S&P yesterday. They were my positions. Let me just show you. I'll expand each one very briefly. Here's the NASDAQ. That's where we got long at the bottom of the range. If you've been following me, you'll know that we sold the top, we bought the bottom, we got out at the top, we bought the bottom again now. We've got to close above the 20-period moving average and get through these order volume humps later on today. But I think today again is a buy the dips day. Same on the S&P. We got long yesterday at the bottom. Literally at the bottom within a couple of ticks. We're still long and moving up now above the 20-period moving average. Targets on here much, much higher. And I think we could go towards 7,000 on the S&P on this run. There are many others, including those once again at Morgan Stanley and JP Morgan, etc., who think 7,000 is conservative for the S&P, that we should be looking closer to 8,000. Not too sure about that myself, but we'll see. I'm also long on MSTR, Tesla, Coinbase, and short on Nvidia. On currencies, I remain long on the pound, a nice big bounce off out of that order block over the last couple of days, and a potential double bottom here on the pound. We're holding those long. Still out of the money. My positions are just above. I have nothing on the euro or any of the other majors, but we are short now on the euro yen. We were short on the pound yen too. We got short right at the top on the pound yen, and we took profit yesterday right at the bottom. We have no positions on that right now, but we're also short on the euro yen, and that's still open. That position's basically at break even right now, as you can see. I'm looking for this to move down, back down to the trend line, and eventually a breakdown through there, down through 155, en route down into the 140s. And finally on this page, we're also still long on copper, XCU, looking for this sort of bounce off the long-term trend line, really. And this is a bit of a gift because we were long, as you can see over here. We got out at the top. We actually sold at the top, and we got out at the bottom, and we now bought the bottom. So we really flip-flopped this one around and managed to make tremendous profits on a very extraordinary and unusual move. And a lot of that is just down to luck. Now, going on to energies, we're still long on UEC, no position on URA, looking to get long on dips on that one. Natural gas, we've just hedged. My average long price was $2.99. We dropped down to $2.94, and I've hedged the entire lot. I don't know which way this is going next, but as you know, my feeling is that if $3 holds, we should reach up to $4. And if $3 does not hold, and we get a daily close beneath the recent low at about $2.90, we should see natural gas moving down to $2.50 or even $2.20. I don't know what's going to happen next. We sort of bounced off that support level. We're moving up, rejected by the 20-period moving average here, and now moving down. And that's forced me to hedge. I've locked in a 4-cent loss on this trade, so it's really neither here nor there. and it's only a 40% position size, so we'll see how we go. And I guess we might have to wait until tomorrow to see how the $3 level supports or does not support, well, it's $2.90 level rather, supports or does not support this price. And finally on this page, WTI, we're still short. I'll just refer you to yesterday's video in the live stream. We're being held up by the 100-period moving average, but I expect this will break fairly soon. We've got a big volume gap just below us on the chart here, and a breakdown below there should see us falling into this next support level, closer to $60. On this page, we're still long the dollar South African rand. We're still long on TLT. You can see the 10-year yield has broken down quite nicely, although we did make a fractional new low. We seem to have bounced a wee bit today. We'll see how we go. But if this keeps moving down, TLT will move up and put our long position in further profit, which is really good news. And we have nothing on the VIX. Always looking to buy the VIX further down into the green block, and preferably closer to the bottom of the green block. We got close a few days ago, but we didn't protrude into the block, so we didn't get a chance to buy. And we'll wait and see on that one. And then finally on softs and grains, we're still long on sugar, short on cocoa and coffee. Orange juice, we took profit at the bottom there, as you can see. We're still long on LIT, lithium. We are still lit, moving up nicely. 3 days in a row now. We got long at the green arrow. Lithium along with uranium are my two favorite energy plays right now. Generally not too bullish on the rest of them, the dirty ones really. And we're still long on wheat, corn and cotton. And wheat is, well, testing us a wee bit, but it's still within the pattern and no panic just yet. There are two potential paths for the bottom of the falling wedge here. We're at the top path right now. Allow for a dip down to the bottom path still. And that could take us below 500 cents per bushel, which would be a little bit more testing for traders who may be oversized. Okay, folks, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the Ola Prime video at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time today, Ola Prime TV on YouTube, and I hope to see you there. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, press the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
I'm James the Hedgehog, sharp with the spread. Spikes on my back, Bloomberg in my head. Small frame, big brain, live on the floor. Running these charts like a four-legged law. Delta neutral when I strut the ring. Arbitrage flex with a volatility swing. You panic in red, I sip tea in green. Wrist so tight, it squeaks on screen.
The hedge fund funk, he don't play no game. Sharp little creature in the capital lane. Market rolls over, he curls up tight, then pops out, swinging with the breakout bite. A hedge fund funk, spines on point.